Chad Johnson wants credit if Jimmy Butler is traded to the Miami Heat. The former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver and South Floridian wants everyone to know that if Butler is indeed traded to the Heat, none other than Chad Ochocinco deserves credit for the transaction going down. I said Jimmy Butler would be coming to the Heat last week after we discussed in length what we as a city and team had to offer. When this happens, please credit me, not these sources. Although the Miami Heat were not one of the initial 3 teams listed by Butler as a preferred trade destination, they have now emerged as his preferred destination, according to the latest reports, according to Marc Stein of the New York Times. Jimmy Butler and his agent Bernie Lee have informed Wolves ownership that Miami is Butler's preferred trade destination, league sources say. Quote, the initial 3 teams listed as part of Butler's original trade request were none other than the New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets and Los Angeles Clippers. It's clear that although head coach Tom Thibodeau doesn't want to trade his franchise player, owner Glenn Taylor and the organization have their plans. Taylor has mandated that Butler be traded, and the T-Wolves recently signed young star Karl Anthony Towns to a $160 million contract extension, all but ensuring that Towns is the face of the franchise and that Butler is on his way out of town. 247 Sports Chris Bengals summarized the timeline of the Butler saga. This news comes just hours after The Athletic's John Krasinski reported that Butler refused to fly home with the Timberwolves following their postseason exit against the Houston Rockets. Krasinski also reported that Butler refused to participate in a standard medical exam during the team's exit interviews. Butler was already excused from participating in Minnesota's training camp, which likely signals the fact that he has appeared in a Timberwolves uniform for the final time. The organization has reportedly shifted their focus to trading Butler after inking a 5-year Supermax contract extension with center Karl Anthony Towns over the weekend. The Heat have aggressively pursued Butler, but it's unclear what exactly they have to offer the Timberwolves. None of the team's available assets are appealing, and the unlikable contracts of Hassan Whiteside and Tyler Johnson have made them impossible to move despite each player being on the trade block. If the Heat are able to acquire Butler, they would immediately become one of the favorites in the EA's Turn Conference. Despite not having a true star player, the team still won the division title last year. Furthermore, they return postseason proven veterans in Dwayne Wade and Goran Dragic along with one of the best coaches in the league in Erik Spoelstra. It also doesn't hurt that their defensive-minded, tough-nosed approach pretty much matches up with Butler's personality. We'll see if the Heat and Butler really are a match that comes true. If so, make sure you give credit to No. 85. Chad Johnson wants credit if Jimmy Butler is traded to the Miami Heat. The former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver and South Floridian wants everyone to know that if